The Knicks postgame show is presented by Tri-State Audi. Visit your Tri-State area Audi dealer today. The Knicks keep it rolling. Cat tonight against the Raptors goes for 31-10, and OG Anunoby, a masterpiece against his former team. 13 of 15 from the floor, 31 points. And the Knicks, once up by 33 in the fourth quarter, beat Toronto 139 to 125. Great to have you with us, everybody. Bill Pidto, along with Wally Szczerbiak. So the Knicks, Wally, had multiple quarters with at least 40 points in the same game for the first time since 1988. They put up all these points, and Jalen Brunson tied a season low with 12. That's where this team is in terms of its offensive balance.
Yeah, incredible offensive balance, efficiency through the roof, 60% as a team. That is unheard of numbers that this team puts up offensively. Two guys on the team shot incredible percentages. OG Anunoby, 13 for 15, only missed 2 shots. Took 15, only missed 2. And Karl Anthony Towns, 11 for 15. Took 15 shots, only missed 4. That's because the ball was moving, guys are getting good looks, multiple assists all over the place. This team is an incredible offensive team, and their defense is continuing to get better. 35 assists for the Knicks. 14th time this year in a game they've had at least 30. Last year, the entire year, they had 10 games with at least 30 assists, and that helps with the shooting. You're moving the ball, creating a lot of open shots, and the Knicks in this game went 17 of 37 from downtown. Oh, the three-pointers were just flowing. I'll tell you, OG Anunoby had it going. Mikal Bridges also had 4 threes. Both of those wings nailed 4 threes. That's high-volume shooting, high-volume making. And how about Deuce McBride? When he got in the game, he hit his first 2 shots of the game. Knicks got off to a little bit of a slow start in the first quarter, but when Champagne and Deuce McBride got in the game, forget it. They were on fire. They were just knocking down shots from absolutely all over the place. OG Anunoby against his old team sent a nice little message. Karl Anthony Towns, only 11 points against the Pelicans. You knew he was going to come back with something to prove tonight, and he did with 31 big points. Anunoby found his rhythm shooting the basketball. Look at the ball movement, quick release. Mikal Bridges has found that three-point stroke that everyone was a little bit concerned about halfway through early on in the season, And there's Josh Hart telling Tom Thibodeau, I want out of this game. Enough of these fourth quarter minutes. So the Knicks win at 139 to 125. They scored 40 points in the second quarter, 41 more in the third quarter, and cruised to the 14-point victory. Here now with Cam Payne. Cam, thanks for dropping by. You helped key a second quarter that saw you guys outscore Toronto 40-24. You had 14 points in that first half, 11 in the second quarter. What was the key to your great play during that stretch?
Pushing pace, taking the shots that's available. But, I mean, being aggressive with the second unit, pushing the pace and just being aggressive. My confidence is there, so I just got to keep being aggressive when I'm out there.
Do you always have the same approach when you enter the game, or do you have to read what's going on in terms of how aggressive you want to be?
A little bit of both. But most of the time, I got to come out there and be aggressive. That's kind of like my niche. That's kind of how I come out there and impact the game.
Landry Shamet made his Knicks debut there at the end. You played with him and played very well with him in Phoenix. What can we look forward to with you guys potentially playing together off the bench?
Oh, man, a lot of champagne. But no, for real, a lot of threes. Getting in the paint. I know I'm finding him all the time. We got a good little connection. So, man, shout out to Sham for fighting through the injury and coming back. He scored today. That was big time. But honestly, man, just a lot of continuity. Like I said, I know him. So we kind of know each other when we out there. But honestly, man, I'm just blessed to see him out there playing again.
Congrats on a great game. Thanks for dropping by, and happy holidays.
No problem.
All right, well, so Payne 19 points for his Knicks high, and as I mentioned when I had the chance to talk to him moments ago, he had 14 in the first half.
Yeah, 19 in only 15 minutes, made 4 threes. When he comes in the game, he has the accelerator completely pressed down. He's looking to push the pace, like he mentioned. He's looking to attack at all times. He does not turn down any shots at the basket. He's making 25-footers in complete rhythm, and he plays great at home. That's his comfort zone when he plays in the world's most famous arena.
So he had 19 for Payne and also 12 for Deuce McBride off the bench. Let's now bring in Monica McNutt. She helped call the game on ESPN New York, the radio broadcast. Monica, what's your big takeaway after watching the Knicks now go to 14-4 in the last 18 games.
Woo, baby. I mean, you're already second in offensive rating. I don't know how much higher you can go, but this offense is clicking on a high level. That engine was churning, and it looked really, really good. Literally, Pidto, we talked about this in the pregame show. A little bit of the roller coaster nature of OG Anunoby's three-point shooting. Not tonight, baby. He got right back on the right side of the overall shooting, going 13 of 15 from the field. And so it was just a really, really fun offensive performance from this team.
Monica, also Karl Anthony Towns, big bounce back game off the game in New Orleans with 31 points. What did you see out of him without Pirtle in the lineup?
I saw a guy that knew he had an absolute advantage in terms of his size, right? We know that he can stretch the floor. He connects from behind the arc as well, knocked down one of his threes. But overall, when he got into the paint, Tyler and I on the broadcast were sort of marveling at those strides that he takes. And then he extends that arm with that wingspan, and it just looks so easy because of the talent that he has. So I thought he did a great job of going to work versus Kelly Olynyk and, frankly, anybody that the Raptors could throw out to guard him. And so tonight, the Knicks had, I believe, 60, on my last glance, 60 points in the paint. That's huge. Yeah, 62 points in the paint. That's fantastic for them.
Monica, it's interesting. Cat, 11 points at New Orleans on Saturday. Knicks win. Jalen Brunson ties a season low tonight with 12 points. Knicks win easily. That just speaks to where the balance is with this team right now, doesn't it?
It does. And Tyler actually asked Cat that exact question, frankly. And he's like, it says, Cat, Karl Anthony Towns said to us, it says that this team has a tremendous amount of depth. He also credited that for how he's been able to get into rhythm so quickly, his teammates and the confidence that they instill in him. Guys, listen, the weather outside is frightful, but the scoring, the shooting, even the defense tonight, I thought it was quite frightful in the best way, of course, for this New York Knicks team rolling into a noon game on Christmas Day.
Monica, where's the Christmas gear?
Wally,
Bill's got
I'm
a
not gonna
tie
hold
on.
you.
Alan Hahn had a tie on. I got the jacket and
Listen,
tie on. Come on,
it was a
grab a
long
mitt
day.
and get in the game.
It was a really long day. I was given parameters about what I could wear for a project we had before the game. It threw me off my game because you know me, Wally. I usually have my lights, my antlers, my snow mint ladies, something. So I really feel bad that I missed this opportunity.
We're the
27th.
Wait, hold on a minute.
27th, we're going to celebrate Christmas
I'm not on that one, Wally. I'll be back in Washington.
Where are the blinking lights this year, Monica?
Listen, I think they probably got lost in the move, but it's okay. Next year I got y'all. Back better than ever. You just hold tight.
Bah humbug, Monica.
Wow, Scrooge.
Merry Christmas, my friend. We'll see you soon.
Sounds good, guys. Back
like
at you.
Scrooge.
What? Come on, man. I'm in the holiday spirit. What are you talking about?
You're good. You're good.
I don't have the coat on, but I got the spirit. When we come back, we're going to hear from Knicks coach Tom Thibodeau. His team is now 19-10 and a great comeback off a 5-6 start. They're now 14-4, as I mentioned, in their last 18.
The Knicks postgame show is presented by Audi. Visit your Tri-State Audi dealer today.
Welcome back, everyone, as the Knicks keep it rolling, beating the Raptors tonight by the final count of 139-125. Back now from the Corner 3, presented by Michelob Ultra Superior Light Beer. It may be the holiday season, but it's a busy stretch for the Knicks. Christmas Day at home against the Spurs, Friday at Orlando, Saturday at Washington, and then Monday again at Washington. So after tonight, 4 games for the Knicks before 2025. Time now to listen into the post-game comments from Knicks coach Tom Thibodeau, as always, presented by Chase.
I thought guys were playing together, creating advantages, hitting the open man, another, high assist game. The cutting was good, so we're scoring plenty of points.
Talked about this before, where Jalen reads the game and he knows he can get off the ball, but for him to only have 1 point in the first quarter and then to have that barrage from everybody else, what did you see from?
And I said he's going to do whatever the game needs to win. So I thought, we built a big lead. He doesn't fight the game, right? He reads the game extremely well. And we got some guys going early. I thought he got guys into a real good rhythm. I thought Cat had a big game. I thought OG was terrific, on both ends. And then, Mikhail played a really solid game. I thought when Cam went in with Deuce, that they gave us a big spark there. And so we got good minutes from them. And then, we have to play for 48 minutes. That's the challenge. And I want to take a look at the fouls. We're a low foul team, and I didn't like what occurred there.
That stretch early in the second quarter kind of allowed you guys to take control. I think Cam had 11 points there in those first 5 minutes. What did you see there?
Yeah, just good pace. We got going off our defense a little bit. Got into the open floor, created advantages, had good space. Got into a good rhythm.
What do you think overall defensively?
The fouling was a big problem. So, so I want to take a look at that. And like I said, we're a low foul team. We're a body position team. So, I want to take a look at that.
You mentioned just what was the boost that he gave you there in the second quarter?
Yeah, just the energy, so got into the ball defensively. We got some stops, got into the open floor. And when he's with Deuce, they play fast, and that creates advantages. And Cat was in with that group as well. So, let the game tell you, what you should do. And if we're decisive with our movement, it tells the next man what he should do, and then it's easy to play the game.
Tom, just to clarify, when you're talking about the fouls, you're talking about things that you guys need to do differently, or is it?
No, well, they had 37 free throws. So I want to see, the gray area is the marginal contact, and so there's two teams that are attacking the rim, and one's getting there a lot more, and we're the low foul team. So I want to see it, But there's always things you could do better. The bottom line is winning the game. So, that's it.
Now, while you look at the box score here, Toronto attempted 37 free throws. The previous high for a Knicks opponent in terms of free throw attempts, 30. That's what Tom Thibodeau's talking about there in the postgame comments.
Yeah, the free throw situation is interesting with the Knicks. It's good that they're a low foul team because when you're the starting five, they log a lot of minutes. So you have to be careful with your fouls. Everyone in that starting unit, at times, you have to kind of play a little bit passive defensively to make sure you don't get yourself pulled off the floor and get in early foul trouble. So that's a good thing that this team does on most nights, but it happened to be where the Raptors are attacking the basket a lot. They're putting their head down, trying to get contact. We'll see about the calls. I think that's kind of what Tom Thibodeau was talking about. He wants to take a look at what calls were made, when and where. And at the same time, the Knicks got to learn because they cannot afford foul trouble with how top-heavy they are with their starting unit.
All right, we've referenced OG Anunoby against his former team. Started 11 for 11, finished 13 of 15, 31 points. In his last 6 games, Wally, OG shooting 37% and 21% from downtown. Boy, did he turn that around tonight. 4 of 6 from downtown and the 13 of 15 overall from the floor.
Well, tonight will stabilize it because you go 13 for 15 and you're erasing 37% shooting in your last 6 games. It was an outstanding performance. Jalen Brunson really did a good job of recognizing, okay, OG's got it going tonight. He's the hot player. Let me get him a lot of looks at the basket. And that's what I love about OG's game. OG's game, I think, has come a long way where he had the 40-point night in Denver. He's had a couple 30-point nights in a Knick uniform. He's become a guy where the team has recognized when he's got it going, not just stop at 15, 20, 25 points, continue to get him the ball, and he can get deep into the 30s.
When he shoots like this or scores like this, forget about it in terms of his overall contribution.
Right.
Meantime, Josh Hart, 11 points tonight, the win. Here he is now after the game.
Yeah, C Payne is someone that we rely on for energy to pick the pace up. Someone that's going to knock down shots and just, inject energy into the game. And that's what he did, and that's what we need from him on a consistent basis. We know that that's possible, and, he was a big boost for us.
What do you think of OG's performance today? I think he finished with 31.
Yeah, he was a monster. Offensively, knocking down shots. He had mid-range post, threes. He did a little bit of everything, and then obviously on the defensive end, he does what he does. So, it was great vibes right now. So we just got to make sure we continue to, bring that every game.
Did you know that Wemby had another 8 blocks today?
No, I don't care. Like that,
No, y'all got him on Wednesday. So
yeah, so I don't care what he got today. I care what he got on Wednesday.
Well, how do you prepare for that?
I don't know. Probably have, Cat stand in the paint.
Spurs suck? You said that. You tweeted that, yeah, right?
What?
You tweeted that the Spurs sucked yesterday.
No. I wasn't talking about those Spurs. The Spurs I was talking about is trash. Tottenham, yeah, Tottenham, the North London ones, yeah, they trash. We'll probably just have Cat stand in the paint with a mop and just try to block shots, and that's how we'll get ready for Wemby.
What are your impressions of him, though, in his second year in the league?
Tall as hell. Tall as I better not guard him. That's all I gotta say. I'm capped at like 6'10", so he's an amazing player, man. He does things offensively, defensively. I know when that 7, whatever the heck he is, should be doing. Like the future of the league, but we'll give him his flowers, after the game, not before the game. So, we gotta make sure we slow down the Spurs and not just Wembanyama.
So Knicks Spurs Christmas Day is a national TV game. Our next Knicks game here on MSG at Orlando Friday. Pregame at 6:30, game at 7. Here's Jalen Brunson after the Knicks win in the locker room.
Jalen, it feels like this team is any given night, it can be anyone. Is that comforting for you?
I think it's comforting for all of us. Yeah, like you said, we have any guy can do that any given night, and so it's a luxury that we have, and definitely happy about it. Helps us get a couple wins.
When it comes to OG on the defensive end, I think you guys have talked about like each night he does something that you guys almost don't want to take for granted. But if there's one thing that stands about him defensively that you see when you're out there, what is it?
He's all over the place. I've seen one of those plays where he's guarding 1 through 5 and then ends up with a steal or block or rebound. It happens way too often.
What do you think spurred the run? You guys were up, I think, 2 at the end of the first quarter, and then second and third game was kind of over. Just what turned the tide?
I think defense getting out and be able to make the right play in transition and just trusting each other. And eventually got with that lead. We played decent with it until the fourth quarter, but definitely helped us.
Was it weird at all to look up at the box score at the end of the first quarter, see you only have 1 point? I don't know how many times it's ever happened.
It is what it is. I'm just happy we got the win.
Jalen, when I see you tomorrow, what are your impressions of Wembanyama and the player he is in his second season?
Really good player, and the things he's able to do is actually ridiculous. And so we have our hands full. We got to be ready to go.
Given all of the kind of energy that Cam plays with and just the person he is, can you kind of put into words what it's like to watch someone like that be on a heater?
Say it again? I'm sorry.
Just given the energy that he brings, him going on a heater the way he did, can you kind of just put it into words what it's like to watch that when he's able to bucket after bucket and he's looking at the crowd and he's just being himself?
Who's that?
Cam.
Oh,
Sorry.
Cam. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's fun to watch. He brings the energy regardless of any situation, and I'm not surprised. And happened to us last year. He came into the game in the playoffs and made some big shots when we were playing Philly. So we all know what he's capable of.
You want to thought on playing on Christmas?
Merry Christmas.
All right, so we've talked about it. Cam season high 19 points, campaign off the bench. The Knicks in the first half, Wally had 70 points. Jalen Brunson only made 3 free throws, not a single field goal made in the first half, and 12 points in the game, and yet they're still able to go for 133 as a team. What is the message when you talk about these numbers? You got Brunson not necessarily having to do all the work this year.
Well, the message is what happened was Brunson carried the offense in the game before. So if you're the Raptors, you're preparing your scout and your game plan to slow him down, to stop him. And as a result, Jalen read the defense and he said, okay, it's not going to be my night. Let me get open shots for all the rest of my teammates. And other guys were ready to step up. You know, Karl Anthony Towns, after scoring 11, he's going to be motivated to play better offensively. He ended up with 31.
All right, so the balance evidenced again. Knicks beat the Raptors, and we'll be back. Take a look ahead when we come back after this. We're back to wrap up the post-game show. Happy holidays to one and all. That includes you.
Happy holidays. Merry Christmas, big guy. I'm going to miss you on Christmas Day.
All right, so we got the Knicks and the Spurs on Christmas Day. You can listen on ESPN New York, the radio broadcast. It's a national TV broadcast. Our next broadcast here on MSG is going to be at Orlando. Seems like the Knicks play Orlando every other game. Orlando, those pesky Magic,
I know.
All the injuries. They beat Boston tonight, as we showed you on the MSG 150. So we'll see you on Friday night. Pregame at 6:30. Tip-off at 7. You can also stream our coverage on MSG Plus now on the Gotham Sports app. Want more than just a post-game show? Link your eligible TV subscription to stream Knicks games free or subscribe today in the Gotham Sports app. Just go to gothamsports.tv to learn more.